Today we talk Mariah Carey, Ronda Rousey, Serena Williams, Drake and J-Lo, Kim Burrell, Carrie Fisher, Debbie Reynolds, Hollyweed, and more on today's Headlines with Headliners. You know, look, Nate, I feel like, has Nate even been here?
Not in 2017 yet.
Yeah, I mean, no, because 2017, we're like 3 days into 2017. Yeah. Is that what it, by the way, I've broken every single one of my New Year's resolutions day one.
I haven't broken any of them.
Day one. Really? What were your New Year's resolutions?
To do whatever I want to do.
Okay, well, it's impossible to break that.
Exactly. That's why I make sure it's something that I can hold on to.
I'm telling you, you're supposed to, in the New Year's, you're supposed to try to better yourself and do things and be more ambitious and motivated and inspired.
That's whatever I want to do.
No, that's it. What if you feel like being lazy?
Then I'm going to be lazy.
Then that's what I'm saying. That's not inspirational.
Yes, it is. You got to take care of a break and take care of yourself.
Martin Luther King was
First of all, I just drove 34 hours straight, slept for 4 hours, and got up and drove another 15. Lazy was not on the menu for me.
Okay, that's because you needed money.
Yes.
Do you see what I'm saying? You were trying to get money.
Yes.
If it wasn't like you were inspired, you were broke.
I was inspired to get some money.
You were inspired by being broke?
Inspired to get some money.
Okay.
You know I can't do resolutions because you don't want to let yourself down. People get down on themselves after they... And I don't want nobody to go, didn't you say? And then I didn't hold up to it, and now I look like I don't keep my word.
See, I get, you know what? Maybe you're right, because I'm that guy right now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm that guy right now. I literally did nothing. This has been the worst procrastination.
What did you say you were going to do?
Just stuff. Like, literally, like, little things like get out of bed. You know what I'm
wow.
Like, I really stayed in bed all Sunday. I wasn't even tired. I just did not feel like dealing with the world.
And that's why if your resolution would have been do whatever you want to do, staying in bed would fall in line with that.
My life resolution is to do whatever I want to do. But I want to be better. I want to better myself in 2017. I want to be a better person.
There's a lot of things I want to do.
catch up to Nate. Nate's on the road
doing
a lot of things. He hosted that big concert in Seattle, in your hometown. Actually, it wasn't in Seattle. It was in Tacoma.
They wish they were Seattle.
Is it? I didn't even know there was a difference between the two.
It's a rivalry.
Oh.
You can tell Tacoma when you start going, it stinks. The Tacoma aroma.
Oh my gosh.
So
you guys, that's not even a real thing.
No, it is a real thing.
Why?
Ask everybody the Tacoma aroma because of, I don't know what it is out there, the big dumps.
The people in Tacoma just smell
No, it's
bad?
like the landfills and everything. Right when you drive into Tacoma, you can smell it. It's called the Tacoma aroma.
Tacoma is the New Jersey of the
Tacoma's
Washington area.
terrible.
New Jersey, and then Seattle is Manhattan.
Yes.
And you guys
everybody's always known that. You better ask around. Everybody knows.
You guys are just hating on Tacoma.
No.
We have a lot of
Tacoma stuck in 1994.
Viewers and listeners from Tacoma.
They do. What's up? Those are all my peoples.
And they smell?
No, they don't smell, but the
if you're
town
around, smell all the time.
My best friend is from Tacoma. Her
dad.
dad.
You know what that's the equivalent of? That's the equivalent of being like, yo, my friend, I have a black friend. Like, you just Tacoma a black friend.
Yes, basically. Side note, I just moved. I am sitting here with a raw face. I don't even have my flower. I don't have nothing. I don't even have eyebrows.
You're beautiful.
Oh gosh,
you're a beautiful person.
I just want
You're
to
a beautiful
address
person
that.
inside and out.
I appreciate
That is the truth. Kanisha is one of my favorite people on the face of the planet. And I think you know that too. Because you use that a little. You use it a little. You know you're one of my favorite people.
I do.
Well, one of my favorite people going into story number one is Mariah Carey, who has been known to go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs in the past, was plagued with technical difficulties over New Year's as her live performance in New York's Times Square crashed and burned. Twitter and social media was very amused watching the diva crash and burn on stage. You know what? There's no other way to describe this but to watch the clip.
That's it.
Have you seen this clip?
Oh, you know.
We gotta watch
I love
clip.
Mariah.
Can we see the clip? By the way, they've taken every real version of this offline.
Yes.
So these are like people recorded on their phone. This is Mariah right now. She has a beautiful natural talking voice though.
So we'll just say, it went to number one, and that's what it is.
There we go.
Feels like
Oh.
So
we're missing some of this logo, but it is what it is.
look.
It is what it is.
Hold on, this is the back. Hold on. Because she tried to hit the note.
I'm gonna say let the audience sing, okay?
She didn't do that. She didn't do the note. So now we know for a fact that she was lip syncing.
Yes.
That this was lip sync technology and Mariah Carey wasn't hitting her high note. Which, by the way, there was a time where people said Mariah Carey was the best singer of all time because she has 5 octaves. Steve, you can cut it now. You can cut it because it doesn't get better.
Because when I was younger, I used to be able to do the everybody thought I was so dope. She
because
was.
5 octaves.
Yes.
Like people, even people like Whitney Houston used to look up to Mariah Carey because the age question is who's the best singer, and it always comes down to Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey. And Whitney Houston sometimes used to be like, Mariah can hit notes that maybe I can't hit in a way. And now we know Mariah had technology hitting those notes. At least now.
Now. I feel like she hasn't been able to sing live in a long time, and she probably should have turned the show down. But there's 3. My favorite part is, one, when she goes, yeah, we didn't even have a routine for this, but the dancers are getting it. So they rehearsed this. That's a lie. They're just back there like, what are you talking about? We've been working on this.
They're doing something. They're going up to her. They're moving back.
Yeah, so it's like, that's a lie. Let me tell you something. And this is her mixed part. This is her black part showed up. When you go, it is what it is. That's when you're done with everything. But it is what it is. When she said
she was over it. She just stopped on the We Belong Together. She didn't even try.
No.
She's like, I don't even know the word.
Yes. And then when you go,
I'm gonna let the crowd sing.
That's my last one. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love this performance. I think it's amazing. A lot of people that I have talked to was saying that they feel like it was done on purpose because of her new show, and maybe it was to get ratings going the Kardashian way, which I just learned. I was in here talking to what's his face in his new leather jacket, and so what do you think about that? Do you think that's true?
She actually blamed the sound people. Basically, she was saying she couldn't get the sound feedback in her ear. She couldn't hear. She couldn't understand what's going on. It wasn't synced right.
But some of these songs she's been singing for 20 years, if you really, this is the thing, if it's like that and the voice that Mariah used to have, and maybe she doesn't have it now, and the performer that she is, I'm like, man, cut the music. If it's going that bad, you just do acapella. You just do acapella, which I would have respected. Yeah.
And we would have been like, okay,
Mariah. You want to go? Me and Mariah.
Definitely didn't happen.
Acapella would pacify us.
Yeah,
like that's what I would have loved to see. Like, forget it.
Mariah used to be so fly. You know what though? On the low, she's still kind of.
Oh no, I still love Mariah because it's Mariah. I feel like it's like, all right, it's not gonna damage her. If that was a newer artist,
damaged her.
Or I think it
damaged her legacy. It LeBron'd her to the Michael Jordan. And it's so funny because right before this, someone had posted who's better, Whitney or Mariah. Someone had actually posted that and went like a viral clip. Yeah. And it's almost like that person jinxed her because people were hitting Mariah, and Whitney never got caught in that kind of scandal.
She didn't, but I feel like 10 years ago this would have really damaged Mariah. But the world we live in today, and people love train wrecks and they love stuff like that. Just like Cat Williams, even though he was leaving shows, cussing people out, doing all this stuff, people would still sell out just to go watch and see what he was gonna do. So we're living in that era where this type of stuff is like, I gotta go to our next show to see what's gonna happen. Things like that.
She's the Trump candidate.
Yes, yes. Come on, that's the world we live in right now. To where I don't feel like it affected her that bad, because when you become a meme and you become all these things, it brings your popularity up, and the ratings for her show spiked that the next episode.
Did they
through the roof? Yes, through the roof. Highest of all time.
So you're saying do you think it was a publicity stunt?
No, I think I think it needs to stop. I don't know if it was a publicity stunt.
She needs to stop.
But it was so bad, and then to lie and say there wasn't no routine was just like, I don't know if you're doing this on purpose. Like, I can't
I don't think she did it on purpose. I just don't feel, I watched a couple movies with Mariah in it.
Ooh.
And I just don't think she's that good. I watched Sparkle.
Sparkle.
And she's just not that good an actress enough to pull this off. Like, she meant this.
Well, I felt like the reason why that's what I was about to say. It is what it is. It's like,
that's a real line. That's someone who's going through it.
Yeah,
like,
it is what it is.
You're just like, yo. I've said the same thing as we're getting arrested. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it is what it is. Oh, in the middle of a breakup, and he's been cheating, and then you're like, it is what it is. I'm done. Forget
you're just done.
Yeah, so.
Done. Mariah was done. But you know who's laughing about this?
Who?
Nick Cannon.
Oh, he is somewhere weak.
Like, he must feel some type of
He's somewhere
redemption.
Weak. He's probably playing it over and over. The cold part is with all these kids, like, if they were a little bit older, they would go into school and getting teased. Like, but in the end, it's like, well.
To be fair, he's probably watching it from the hospital.
Nick Cannon watching it from the hospital?
Nick is probably watching it from the hospital.
He was in the hospital over Christmas.
He was in the hospital over Christmas. We're getting the inside scoop from Steve.
They can hear me, Tehran.
Oh, they can hear you?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I felt like I wanted to be like, hold on, I got an inside. Hold on, I'm getting inside scoop right now from Steve, our production engineer. Steve,
Nick Cannon was in the hospital due to lupus complications and things like that over Christmas, so he might have still been in the hospital.
can we talk about the fact that I feel like only rich people get lupus?
Hilarious.
No, I'm real talk. Like, I wouldn't even know what lupus is. A blood disease.
Yes.
But I only know that because Moranzio has a bit about it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't know what it is exactly, but, and I'm on House.
Yes, and it just makes them really weak. A lot of times, just weakens them. It makes them sick. I had a friend who had lupus, and so that was her excuse to smoke weed all the time. So I don't know if that's true or not, but she said she had lupus, and that's why she always smoked. So,
but I just feel like rich people get diseases.
That's
like
true.
I couldn't afford lupus.
No, you couldn't, and that's probably why you don't hear about it because they die because they don't have that could be the thing.
Like 2 weeks later,
what happened to him? The lupus got him.
Yo, just, you don't hear about. I didn't know Nick Cannon was, but he was watching this.
In his little turban, watching. He stays in those, boy.
Yo, so he was watching this from the hospital. Thank you for the information, Steve. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So he's watching this, and but what do you think Nick's feeling?
I don't know what Nick's feeling, but I know apparently Nick, you know, he does have different girls, and I heard he was messing with his ex again. So all I know, the petty side of me, I would have just walked in the hospital. I'm like, did you see your baby mama mess up? Like, those are the things I would do. You know what I'm saying?
You're Tom Petty in the Heartbreakers right now. You are Tom Petty in the Heartbreakers.
I'm telling you, like, you see your baby's mom.
Hilarious. Another victim of 2016 was Ronda Rousey.
Oh, man.
Now, she suffered her own technical difficulties at the hands of Amanda Nunes as Rousey suffered her second loss in her professional career in a row at UFC 207 in Las Vegas this past weekend. The one-time champion shocked everyone by losing in 43 seconds in the first round. Here's a clip. Actually, just play the whole thing. It's only 43 seconds long. Play the whole thing.
Nunes with a big right hand, Mike, and again, she hurt her again. Ronda's in trouble.
It'll come up.
Back is lacking.
Yeah, it's there we go. There we go.
Big trouble. Can she finish it right here, right now?
Big trouble.
Ronda is in big trouble, Mike.
Okay, so this is she pump faked the punch. Look, that's the one. That's the one. She's backing up. It's done now. She's done. Like, you know she's done.
Yeah.
Look, she's not even walking right. The ref came immediately in it, and Amanda walked over and shushed the whole.
She got back up like, nah, I can still go. And it's just over. They're like,
It
nah.
was over. She was it's over. It's done. It was done.
And it's
Can we show a picture of Amanda Rousey? Do we have a picture of her getting hit? I think we have a good picture of her getting tagged in the face. That's the picture. Like, it looked like she aged.
First of all, they put a crying Jordan face and distorted it on there. That's why I hate the internet. But they have used this picture in so many things, and it just looks like it hurt.
It's the new. And you know what? For a lot of people, this is an analogy of 2016.
Yes, it is. Like, that's exactly.
Yeah, it's like a lot of 2016 took away a lot of people. And then this was Ronda Rousey's career and Mariah Carey's possible.
Oh, my
But
gosh.
you're saying Mariah Carey's going to make a comeback. I don't think Ronda Rousey can make a comeback after
No,
this.
because this is because look, it's that one where she had the kick and that. Like, she has a cold, devastating, I'm done face.
Yeah.
And it just absolutely sucks. But everybody loves her. But even though, as much as we're clowning her, she got like $3 million for this fight. And the other girl got 100,000.
This was my favorite joke photo from the fight.
Pantera. I saw the Pantera one.
Whoa.
Vulgar display of power.
It's a take on the album cover of Pantera.
See, none of us would have known that, Steve. Like, that's.
I thought it said Panera Bread. I was like, yeah, that bread do be a little hard.
White guy chiming in from the
See, that's the white guy from the booth chimed in. Black Hollywood Live. But this is our white correspondent, Steve, on the scene. Thank you for the Pantera one. I don't think anyone would have got that. There's a group of people right now. Alabama is thinking that's hilarious. Like, right now in Mississippi,
I stumbled onto this headlines with headliners. They got Panteras on
Yeah,
it.
like they're thinking this is great. I don't know the cover. I know who Pantera is.
Yeah.
Pantera? Are you familiar?
No, I'm not. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
But I do love Green Day. Is that any correlation?
Green Day. Green Day is the Justin Bieber to Pantera's metal.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, I mean, it did go around. There's a lot of memes that are going around. I don't think Ronda can come back from this.
No, because everybody was devastated the first one because she talked like I see she was a little bit more modest and humble before this fight than she was the last one. Because the last one, I mean, she was just so reckless at the mouth, and to take that loss hit her harder. So she just, I feel like, came into this fight a little bit more
People
humble.
were upset. People were crying.
Because they're really hurt. You know why? Because a lot of people, including me, we love her as a person, not just a fighter. We love her as a person. A lot of things that she says, and if you watch some of her interviews, and just her, a lot of now everybody's going to, well, I can't cuss on here. We just love her.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, when she says, she was like, she hates an ain't shitbitch.
All of a sudden you don't get a shit,
I know.
bitch?
Yeah.
Okay.
When she goes, she's like, don't be a do nothing bitch. And so, it's just, everybody loves her. I'm trying to come around cussing, and it's just making me mumble.
I like Ronda Rousey. What I didn't like is how they tried to make me think she's attractive. She's not that attractive. Like, they tried. They tried to. They put her in the Entourage movie. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying I wouldn't date Ronda Rousey, okay? Because she's just a wonderful phenomenon. But I wouldn't be so attracted to her because of she's just not. I mean, there are
and
girls
a little
that
bit scared
that are like, fighter girls that I find attractive. She just happens not to be one of them.
I think she's pretty. I don't know. I think she's pretty. I think she's a natural pretty,
I just think
girl.
she's like a plain looking white girl. Thank you, Steve.
Well, she looks even worse now. So
I mean, she does. She got. But you know what's more bruised is her ego, because everyone expected her to win. Everyone expected her to win. Amanda Nunes came in, defended her belt.
Yeah.
That she took from the last person Ronda Rousey lost to, actually.
Yeah.
She took it. Amanda gave an interview, and she's Brazilian. She speaks with broken English.
Yeah.
But she was like, they were like, did you expect this to happen this way? She's like, yes. Exactly. I want. This is exactly what I was thinking, and I am beating her up, and I need money. Because she wanted money. She wanted more money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they try to make it sound like the money is going to change her life, and she's like, yeah, I mean.
Not that little 300. I think she got 300,000.
I thought she got 200,000.
Or 200,000, and she got 3 million. So now after this point, it's like, all right, now I didn't knocked out Mrs. 3 million.
But she's still worth the draw because Ronda Rousey is the draw. She's the reason people are not watching for Amanda Nunes.
No, they're not. And no, she has revolutionized and changed the face of women's MMA fight. Is this MMA?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought I was saying it wrong. UFC, MMA, whatever it is, fighting. So you're right. I mean, everybody comes and watches for her.
For her.
So I wonder if she's gonna fight. Like, how long is she gonna take off before she fights again? Because we got to have a rematch. But
I mean, if she cannot lose the third round.
No.
She cannot lose a third fight. She's 12-2 at this point.
Yeah.
She has 2 professional losses, but they were both back to back.
not only were they back to back, they were bad losses. Like they were just. And this 43 seconds is the worst.
43 seconds. That's just. That hurt. You know why people were probably crying is because they paid all this money.
Oh
and
my
this
gosh.
Shit only lasts 43 seconds. I'd be mad too.
It's an old school Tyson fight where I was like, what?
Everybody
man.
yo, I think they had a conversation with Tyson. They're like, hey, buddy, we need at least 3 rounds out of this.
Yeah, you got to do something.
Because you're just going in there just punching people out.
The good thing about it is nobody's going to come up to her face and say something because, I mean, she can still knock you out.
Face,
So it's like, if I was her, all these attacks would be like, but can you whoop me, though? That would be my answer to everybody. Like, do you want these hands?
Yeah.
If not, then don't say nothing to me sideways.
Yeah. Do you think you could take some of these MMA girls? You fight.
I do fight, but with my knee, no. I can't even beat up the person I want to beat up because of my knee. So now with the knee, no.
But do you think at your prime?
I think that I could. I think it would be a good fight. I think it would have been a really, really, really good fight.
You'd have been.
I think we would have been equally because these girls can fight, so I feel like it would have been an equal. I've never had an equal whooping. The only person that ever really put hands on me in a fight is my sister, and I told her I was proud of her for it. But it would have been an equal whooping. I think we would have both walked away looking like that.
You feel
in my prime, yeah.
In your prime, with no training. Remember, these girls train.
But I still trained. I boxed when I was in college. So
okay.
yeah.
Hands.
And I dated a ninja for 5 years. Come on now.
That's true. Ninja.
And
guys.
I'm from Rainier Vista, okay?
You heard that, Steve?
And I'm
A
mixed in the
ninja.
80s. We grew up fighting. You know how many people
Okay.
teased us and beat us? I've been fighting.
I don't know
all
because
my
I was
life.
listen in the
I had to
80s. I
fight.
was sexy. In the 80s, I was
Yes,
very Gordy's the Last Dragon. I was a light-skinned boy.
But you have to understand, the light-skinned boys, they loved y'all. See, that's it. Everybody loved y'all. Us, they hated us.
The
So,
girls?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, everyone loved Denise.
Huxtable.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love Denise.
Anyway, what's the next story?
Oh my God, I love Denise. Well, this one's about a girl. not so light skinned, but she's about to have some light skinned babies. Serena Williams is no longer on the market as she announced her engagement to Reddit co-founder Alexis Ohanian.
Hey.
Black Twitter seemed split as many black men took exception to Serena finding non-black love. People were really upset about Serena and the dude. Can we get them a side-by-side picture? That's the dude. He's Armenian, by the way.
Okay, so he's not white.
He's not white, but he's Armenian. I mean,
But they're snatching up all the sisters. They got her. They got Janet. They
got that. Well, actually, the Janet story. It's funny. It's funny about Janet because dude used to date my cousin.
Your cousin.
Yeah, he used to date my cousin. So like, but Alexis never dated my cousin. I wish he did. He co-founded Reddit, so he's probably doing well.
Yeah, so Armenians are winning, and I've been trying to get a cousin this whole time from you, okay?
Kim Kardashian, so now we have like the Kanye and Kim,
yeah,
and now this. And I wonder if they're going to become friends, because they have something in common.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I think a lot of people are upset because she just solidifies so much black, I want to say black power and unity, and it's always just, she's always so pro-black. And a lot of things she does. So then for this, I know people are kind of like,
you know who else was like that to me?
Who?
Charles Barkley. And then I was like,
Oh
and
my
I
gosh.
went shocked when I found out he had a white wife.
Yeah, but then he flipped. Now he's
Shocked.
just crazy.
I
Now
was shocked when he had a white wife. I was shocked. Okay, because Charles Barkley was like,
Yes.
especially at that time in basketball when everyone was very Grant Hill.
Yes.
He was a nigga. Like he
Yes.
was on court, he acted thug, he was pushing people around, and then just had a white wife, which it's not that I have a problem with that at all. Actually, I don't really specifically like when black guys date white girls. I do like, however, when black women date white guys. I love that. I love it. It's like, yo, why not? Right? I don't like it when a black guy dates a white girl, only for the fact if it's a black guy who, especially when they're doing well and they're like, I only date white women. I do not like that.
Yeah.
Or they bash black women. I hate that so much.
That's ridiculous.
I hate that so much. If you happen to be black and you happen to fall in love with a girl who happens to be white, I'm all for love. Love has no color.
Yeah.
Love itself has no color. So
Well, there's also a problem too when it comes to wanting to date a black woman just to date. I remember when I was in college, and this white boy told me, he was like, "Yeah, my dad said I should sleep with at least one black girl while I'm in college. It's a
real.
hell of an
Hey,
experience."
yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, it is."
and did you do it though? Did
Yes,
you do it?
I did.
Did you turn him out? Is he like living like?
He did not live up to any of the
is he
white men
riff-raff right now?
stereotypes.
Is he like
by the
Eminem?
way,
Is he Eminem in the
no,
Hell
he
Life?
was super like. What was it? Kappa Delta, super Greek
Kappa,
roll
Kappa,
white
Kappa.
boy
He said
sorority,
Kappa,
like
Kappa, Kappa.
serious white boy. Like, but I also went to prom with a white boy. I used to only like white boys. There was a point in time in my life where I was only attracted when I was younger, and that's why on Saved by the Bell, when Zach Morris got with Lisa Turtle, I went back to school feeling myself because they, growing up, they wasn't really into us. But after that episode, I was getting play. Okay,
That was like a thing. That was a thing.
it was.
I don't have a problem with this relationship at all. Serena has been with brothers Common, Drake.
Yeah.
They beefed over her on the love.
Yeah, but it's like I feel like she just kind of went from like that super black, because Common is that super like black love, black power.
Sure.
Then you kind of watered it down with Drake, and then you
it's
just
like a progression.
Like this.
It was like, no, okay, yeah, add a little more froth to that
Yeah.
latte. All of a sudden, it was like, you know what? Just give me the milk.
Yeah,
give
but
me the milk.
but we're still these are still brown people. We try to separate the fact that Africans were connected to we're all brown people. So I feel like he's not a white boy. He's a brown.
He's not.
person. This person of
Armenia's not in Africa, but
No, I know Armenia is not in Africa, but I'm just
saying.
saying we're brown people.
he looks white.
You would say Armenians are more white than they are brown?
To be very fair,
I don't know.
No, to be very fair, actually, legally in the United States, Armenians are white. They're
I
actually
had no clue.
specifically they are the concept of white. Armenians and Turks and the Persians of that region,
Yeah.
because it's the Caucasus Mountains.
Yes.
That's where it ends. The concept of the Caucasian
Yes.
comes from the terminology from there. So that's actually the authenticity of white, which is why they
can't.
are. Their religion is
You
actually
can't
such
tell me
orthodox.
the Prince of Persia is white. I'm not
Actually, the Prince of Persia, it's so funny because Iran, the name
Yes.
Iran stands for the land of the Aryans. So when the concept of the Aryan is actually an Iranian concept. So Iranians are white of non-European descent.
I can't take this information.
This is very real.
always, to me, all the people that are brown, I consider them brown people.
I understand, but that's why Armenians are very light in color. A lot of Armenians, especially in the diaspora, have spread out to places like Russia, Lebanon.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Armenians in Iran, Persian Armenian. There's different types. And then, of course, Armenia, which has been resurrected. And, you know, apparently his grandparents were victims of the Armenian genocide, actually, that happened in Turkey, which was also a big deal. So he's very Armenian. And even though he has an Armenian cultural heritage, he does look and comes off white and probably sees
identifies
himself
as
as
well.
identifies
That's
as white
I know I'm
racially.
not the only person who just considered these people brown this whole time. So this is like I'm just shocked
No,
right
it's
now.
real. I mean, I
like, this
understand.
is I've always then yeah.
But
Then
Iranians
what is she
are-
doing with this white boy?
Iranians are white of non-European descent in the United States.
That is crazy.
So
So,
there's no-
on their little box, they're
They have
Caucasian.
to check white. Yeah, not only that, but they also don't get 8A certified like minority-owned businesses or any of that. Yeah.
Really?
Even though they are technically a minority. In fact, Maz Jobrani, the comedian, had to put out a public service announcement to have Iranians fill out the census and put Persian instead of white so that we would be eligible for things like 8A certified and other minority programs. So it's just very interesting that is the way a lot of people, like, I agree with you.
So this
They're
whole time
brown.
you've been black and white, and I've been thinking you've been black and brown.
Black and brown.
Ain't this a
I'm
matter
black and white.
We
That is
are
technically true.
We're, come on now. I didn't even know. Look at us.
Look,
I'm just so confused. This is
I'm
just
darker
blew
than you,
me.
though.
This look really.
am I darker than you?
No, I'm darker than you.
All right, man.
But this is like some information. I know I'm not the only one sitting there going, they're not brown. Like my mind is blown. But another big thing, like what you said with so my sister, she and it's my black sister on my dad's side. So she's has a white husband, and they have.
She's black though. She's
black.
The darker black.
Yeah, she's black. You met her, Ariel.
Oh,
she was
yeah,
here.
of course.
So she's black, and she has a baby with a white boy, and all of her black friends all have babies with white girls, and everybody was furious with her for having a black.
Exactly.
They were furious, and she was like, "All you guys have white babies, moms. How?" And this is what they said to her, which made a lot of sense. And this is, he was like, for black women to date white men, it's like they used to rape our ancestors.
Oh, wow.
And they took it that far. They was like they used to rape and take and pillage, and
so
they was like,
when
this
we
is the
do
reverse.
it as part of reparations.
Yes.
We're getting back at them.
Yes, they were like, it's in reverse. It's not that they're like, why would you want to be with somebody who destroyed everything and raped you and your children and your grandchildren? And they were so serious, and it's just like, wow, that's how a lot of them view it too. So I feel like that's why black men give white women, black women such a hard time.
That's
'Cause it's
interesting. I never thought of it like
that's
that.
what they said. And for us, it's just getting back at them. Like,
I always thought that's why white guys like dating Asian women to get back for Vietnam.
you know
I've
what?
always-
Shut your
Like, yo, we might have lost this war, but we're not gonna win. We're gonna win this one. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
we're gonna win this one. I just felt always, but that's an
That is
interesting.
goofy, but
That's
yeah.
an interesting way to look at it.
Yeah.
And
It made
a lot of
sense.
people
It
are
made
really
a
upset about
lot of
that.
sense.
Really upset about that, but I will tell you something. There weren't any Armenian slave owners, so I don't know why people are so upset at Serena. Serena has given black men a shot.
Yeah, she has. And
Serena, and you know what? Serena Williams is also another one where I feel like the media is force feeding me to think she's attractive, and I just don't think she's that attractive.
I think she's attractive. I just don't like when they. I didn't like when they talked about how beautiful Caitlyn Jenner was and then said she looked like a man and a monkey. Like those are the
also
things
was a
that are
thing.
absolutely crazy
Sure,
to me. And I just feel like it's another way for media and everything else to attack black women and say,
I do
that they're
not find her
unattractive.
attractive, but I also do not find Caitlyn Jenner attractive. Like everyone
Yes,
trying to make
equally,
Caitlyn Jenner
yeah.
seem not even equally. Like Caitlyn Jenner is just not that attractive a woman. Like if Caitlyn, there are attractive looking transgender.
Oh yeah,
women.
they be killing it.
Yeah,
I be so
it's like,
jealous
yo,
of them. Like,
there
oh
are
my
some
god,
that are extremely
they're
good
beautiful.
looking. Caitlyn Jenner to me just happens not to be one of them,
Yeah.
regardless of Caitlyn Jenner. And to me, there's a lot of attractive black women, and Serena Williams is just not an attractive black woman to me. If I had to choose between the two, I would choose Serena
Yeah.
over Caitlyn. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know who I feel like gets the short end of this whole thing? Venus. 'Cause
I know.
nobody cared. Listen, there was a time where Venus was
The hottest.
No one even who Venus dating. Is she married? We don't
She
know
probably got
nothing
3
about
kids.
Venus.
She might be dating his brother,
Yeah.
for all we know.
And no one would care
No.
about Venus Williams at all. That happens. Venus Williams, she didn't even take a Ronda Rousey. She lost her own sister.
Oh wow.
She lost. That was it. What else is there? I don't know. But, when it comes to 2016, I feel like Drake had a fantastic 2016. He started off with Rihanna. Okay, it's not Rihanna, by the way.
No,
We
it's
all
Rihanna.
say Rihanna.
I know. I say
It's
Rihanna. Only because she
Rhymes
goes,
with banana.
you're listening to Southern, and this is Rihanna. And I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, she
That's
says
how-
Rihanna, and everyone just like she'll be in the interview being like, "Hey, my name's Rihanna," and they'll be like, "Okay, so Rihanna."
Yeah.
She's like, So yes, it's Rihanna, and finish it off with Jenny from the Block. That's the big news story. The couple has made waves on social media as the two megastars have been spending time together despite their 17-year age gap. Coming soon after a breakup from former backup dancer Casper Smart, who must be furious. Sources say J-Lo and Drake are just having fun and enjoying each other's company. So let's get that picture of J-Lo. She's bad. J-Lo's bad.
J-Lo is
Bad. She's 47.
First of all, she could be 136. I love the way she looked, but I used to be obsessed with J-Lo, and I don't know if anybody remembers this picture, but everybody had it in college, and I had a huge poster of her in those pink panties with the ruffles. She didn't have anything else on, and she's sitting and she's holding her boobs looking back.
Know.
Yes, with the pink panties. I had that poster up for. I was obsessed with her.
So you would smash off J-Lo.
Yes.
You would smash it.
In a hot.
Even now.
Even right now, today.
Because people, you know what's funny to me is people always look, if you look, that's J-Lo and Drake, by the way. That's the picture has been, like, they have several pictures now. And that was from New Year's Eve. People are like, J-Lo looks amazing.
Yes.
She's 47, she looks amazing. What I think people forget is J-Lo also has $100 million.
Yeah.
Like, you will look amazing if you have $100 million.
Just give me $1 million. I would come in here a whole new person. You hear me?
Like, that's real. Like, trainers, eating right. You know, Panera.
You're not ugly,
like
you're broke.
$14.
That's it.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's 14. Like, dollar menu is not conducive of looking nice.
I think the number one example of that is Kylie Jenner and what money can do.
Kylie Jenner, if you see the old pictures and the transformation, she's bad now.
Yeah, she's absolutely. She
was
looks like
not
a
an
big
attractive.
sister. She wasn't, but they didn't even give her time to grow. But that's a whole nother story. J-Lo is not only that, her legacy is amazing. She's freaking J-Lo. We all love J-Lo.
I've never liked J-Lo. Look, this I'm gonna tell you real. Can we put up the picture of J-Lo and Puff, please? When J-Lo dated Puff,
she was so thugged out.
I love J-Lo and Puff so much. I wanted to be Puff. I was dating a girl. She was Puerto Rican. That was my J-Lo. Then when J-Lo, I felt like she betrayed Puff. Like her people came in and were like, yo, this gun charge isn't for you.
And she got Puerto Rican real fast. She started doing music in Spanish.
She left Puff. I never liked J-Lo as much. Then I liked her a little again when she dated Ben Affleck. I love, because she had the song Jenny from the Block.
Don't be fools by the rocks.
And it was the best video with Jay. And then he was like smacking her ass.
Yes.
And it was like freeze framing as he's pumping gas. Like, I don't know why I like. And Ben Affleck was the man at that time.
Yes, he was.
He's the man.
Oh.
And then they messed it up with Jiggly. They made that movie, ruined it again. I just never liked J-Lo again.
I hated her with Mark Anthony. I feel like whoever she's with, she adjusts to who they are. Because she went, all of a sudden she was thugged out. She was with Mark Anthony, she was super Spanish. With Affleck, I felt like she was a super white girl. Like whoever she's with. And now she's with Drake doing all these little rapper poses. You know what I'm saying? She conforms to whoever she is. She's a chameleon girl? Yeah. I think the only problem I ever had with J-Lo is that she always plays a white woman until she was made in Manhattan, then she was Latino. That was my only issue that I ever had.
She was in Selena.
Yes, but she was portraying Selena. She wasn't a character. She was portraying.
So what do you mean she plays a white woman?
She's a white woman in all of her other movies.
How? What do you mean?
She has white parents. She's a white woman in all.
Really?
Go look at all of her movies. The only time that she played a Latino is when she was made in Manhattan.
What do you mean? Hold on. I need to understand it because as far as I understood, she was always Latina in every movie, and I was actually like that about her.
No, go back and watch her movies. She had the Bride, whatever that movie is. Her dad was from Italy. She was Italian. Go back and watch these movies. Oh, she was Italian. Yes, go back and watch these. She's always a white girl in her.
Maybe she was trying to break the mold of being typecast as like the Mexican.
Well, no, because she never had that role first. The Made in Manhattan came after a bunch of other roles where she was a white woman.
She broke the mold. I don't know. I never saw her as anything but Puerto Rican J-Lo.
Yeah, but it was a big thing when Made in Manhattan came out and everybody was in an uproar and was like, so this is the first time you're going to be Latino is when you're
I didn't even know that was a thing.
I mean, this is like 10 years ago at this point, 10, 15 years ago. But I don't care who Drake is with, honestly. I don't care who J-Lo is with. If you're having a good time and you're having fun, then go for it.
This is like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
This is like 15 years ago. Just about. It's a little more than 15.
I hope she starts dressing like that again. You know what would be funny? If she put that outfit back on and went on the red carpet with Drake. I would die. Because Drake has been throwing shots at Diddy anyway about having his girl.
First of all, Drake wants to die. Like, Puff can't let Drake live. This is not the first Drake-Puff altercation.
Because Puff slapped the shit out of Drake
Slapped him out in Miami over the song 0 to 100.
Yes.
Okay, which was Puff was supposed to be on the song. The song gets nominated for Grammy. Puff is like, that's my song.
Yeah.
So can we go to the picture of Drake's bar mitzvah, please? Interesting fact, if we can blow this up. Interesting fact, this picture and that picture were taken the same year. Can we? That is something to tell you right now. I just want to throw that out there.
And this is why
17 years ago.
This is why I love this. I am a cougar. When I just want to be a rich old lady just so I can trick off on 19, 20-year-old boys. I have a boo who actually just turned 18. I told him I couldn't talk to him until he turned 18. I support things like this. I love older women with younger men.
Both of these pictures were taken 17 years ago.
I love it. Look at this. Look at her little boo.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
My boyfriend now was in high school. Well, we just broke up when he was in elementary. I love relationships
but
like
that'd
this.
be a little awkward. I mean, guys do it a lot, and I never approved of it so much when guys are like, if you're 40 and your girlfriend's 20.
Oh, I don't agree with that at all.
This is only
No,
3
I
years.
like it the reverse. When the woman is older and the man is younger, I'm more comfortable with that than I feel like
it cannot last. It cannot last.
I think it could last.
Well, J-Lo maybe because she obviously drinks Bloods of Virgin, and that's why
Yes.
she looks so young. But at some point,
I think they're compatible because of what they do.
This
I
is
don't
not
know if
gonna
the
last.
average.
They're not gonna
Well, I
last.
don't think
This is
Drake is
just
going to
a-
last with anybody for a while.
3
And
months.
J-Lo kind of chews men up and spit them out, if you ask
Yeah.
me. So I feel like she's doing this, and she's been kind of falling off. So this brought her back up to relevancy. So all I know, she got an album coming out soon that we don't
She
know
does.
about.
All right,
Okay.
I know this is off topic, guys, but you just brought up her drinking the blood of virgins and stuff. I gotta ask, what did y'all think of Azalea Banks posting that video about sacrificing chickens?
Azalea Banks, who?
Oh my gosh.
That's all. All I have to say about is Azalea. Why is she even a relevant person ever? Tell her instead of doing all this stuff to put some music out. Isn't she supposed to be a musical artist?
I don't. You know what? All I know, I just want to say that she need a few more chickens because if that stuff was working, it's not working in her favor. You know what I'm saying? Like you're obviously doing. There's a lot of chicken blood in here, but none of this is working in your favor. So you might want to go another route. I feel like it was. I do agree with stuff like that, and I know people that and that I grew up
You do
with.
agree with what stuff?
With her spiritual and her.
Witchcraft?
Yeah, all that stuff. If that's what you want to call it, I know there's some good voodoo and there's bad voodoo, and I've dated Haitian men that participate in things like that, and it's not what everybody wants you to seem like, this dark, crazy magic. But I feel like that's not something that you put out to get attention. That's something that's sacred. That's something that you're supposed to keep behind closed doors, and that's something you work on. Not going, oh, I'm sacrificing chickens and then cleaning it up. You know, it's weird. And I've had some stuff done over me and relates to this type of. We don't need to talk about that.
No, we can
Anyway,
talk about
well,
it because I'm gonna tell you straight up. Actually, a lot of Persian culture, whether we don't really talk about it a lot, and a lot of people don't examine it in
Yeah.
the right way, is really just witchcraft. Like our entire New Year's festivities for our New Year's, which is the first day of spring, is really witchcraft.
But everybody
We're
has
jumping
put this,
over fires. We're like,
yeah.
but you know what I'm saying? Everything's related to money and success and like giving out bad.
Yeah.
Like a lot of Persian culture and mythology is based in what people would see as witchcraft, and it's like. I don't know.
But people put such a negative spin on witchcraft, and not all of it is just like one of my friends. He was like, voodoo saved my life, and there's good voodoo and there's bad voodoo. And I feel like with witchcraft and everything else, the way history and that people come after you and used to kill you if you were a witch and all those things, all witches aren't bad. And that's all I'm saying. Those things, that doesn't
Are
make
you
you
a
a
good
negative.
witch or a bad
I would
witch?
be in between witch. It depends on what kind of
If I had
buttons
magic,
you
I'd
push.
be a bad wizard, bro. I would listen. When I say nobody would be safe from me, I'm talking
You
about
would be a
like,
cold piece.
Yo, please don't even look at me. Like, okay, remember this one episode of Twilight Zone where the little kid, anything he thought would manifest and become real, and everyone
Yeah.
was scared and shit. I always used to watch and be like, I wish I was that kid. I wish I was that kid. That was my dream in life.
Mine would be fun magic. I always dreamt about all my stuff would be fun and healing, and but I know that I do have a bad temper.
Everyone would be dead. I would be.
And I would come back and resurrect them, like,
be the
oh,
worst.
Tehran's out here killing again.
Yeah.
Whoopity boo, you're
Yeah.
back.
But I don't know. Azalea Banks is just so irrelevant. I don't understand how everything she does is a topic.
Well, I feel like that she did it for attention, and that you don't take your spirituality and all these things, if that's true, and then just go, oh, I got a sandblast where I'm doing she just made me mad, and I hope
loves
another
attention.
witch does something to her.
And they might. They really might, because
Yeah.
putting there and making a mockery in a lot
Yes.
of ways of a religion, whether you believe in it or not, there are people that fully believe and commit
Yeah.
to this lifestyle. So it is, in a way, making a mockery of it because they hold it so sacred
Yeah.
and private and think that photos of this nature are sacrilege.
Yes.
And if that's how they feel, then that's how they feel. It would be very similar to a priest telling someone everything that they heard
Yeah.
in the privacy of confession. That is a
Yes.
sacrilege. That is breaking the amnesty of a religion, and I just don't appreciate
in there on
that.
his like, I'm about to get here and hear some of these confessions,
Yeah.
y'all. You know, all in
Exactly,
the booth. That
in the
would be
booth.
like, what are you doing?
Yep. So when it comes to spirituality, actually, gospel singer and superstar Kim Burrell actually makes no excuses or apologies for recent comments regarding the LGBT community in a sermon she gave at a Houston church, where she referred to gays and lesbians as perverts. Burrell is scheduled to sing with Pharrell later this week on Ellen. So, did you hear these comments? Do you know who Kim Burrell is?
Yes.
You do? I didn't know who she was.
Really?
Why would I know who she is?
You don't listen to gospel music?
I don't listen
Oh,
to
okay.
gospel music.
On Sundays, all I listen to is gospel.
Oh,
music.
I didn't know that.
Okay,
just
I
don't
didn't know
listen
she
to-
said this. I didn't know that she said
She
this.
said this. She has a song on the Hidden Figures album with Pharrell that she was supposed to perform on Ellen. I don't know if she's still scheduled or not. Ellen hasn't given a comment.
I don't know if Ellen's gonna give the type of person that I feel like Ellen might be is still let her perform and then interview her and
then
may
tell
try
her to say something.
and might try to tell have a conversation about it, because like we always say, it's better to maybe try and educate or see where somebody's coming from and have a conversation than just dispel them, kick them out of school, put them in their own and just leave it
Exactly.
alone. It's like, okay, well, come have this conversation with me. But you also knew prior to being scheduled on the show, prior to you making your sermon, that you knew I was a lesbian and you felt this way and you still came to do the show anyway. So it's almost hypocritical in a sense to if you're painting my lifestyle negatively and to participate in my worldly show, because in Christian language, anything that's not Christian is worldly. So now you're coming on my worldly show that is a lesbian show.
What is the word?
Worldly, like of
Worldly?
the worldly ways. When you're Christian and you're like, oh, you're listening to that worldly music, rap music.
I
and
didn't
things
know
like,
that.
Yeah, it's called worldly, the worldly ways. So I know it's.
We have a word. It's called infidels. You infidels.
Yes, infidels and worldly
And
are
then
the same thing.
on my other side, we call it Gentile. You're a Gentile.
You're a Gentile.
Yeah.
So that's where the confusion is. It's like, but you're coming to do the show anyway. So I don't know. And do you feel like perverts, but they're not? I mean, people got uncles that are straight that are perverts. People have. So do you see them
Yeah,
bad
actually,
or
I was gonna
like
say,
what's
like,
your
I feel like gays and
take on
lesbian
it?
people are perverts, and so are everyone else in the world.
I'm
like,
a super perv.
Everyone's a perv on the low. Like,
I'm a
there's
super
no
perv.
one's a perv. Kim Burrell's gotten it. She's been hit from the back. Let's be honest. Like,
Yeah.
people act like, who are you? Like, I would love to know more about her lifestyle. I don't know if people look. I don't know if I accept gay and lesbian lifestyle. I don't know because I don't live it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I accept Asian people lifestyle. I don't know. I just know if it's not hurting me, I don't care.
Yeah.
Is that like the thing? Like, I don't care. I don't know and I don't care. Like I it's not about accepting it. It's not for me to accept.
Yeah.
I am nobody that needs to accept someone else's lifestyle. That's how I feel. Like, who am I to accept how you live your life?
And that's
as
very
long
true.
as it's not as long as it's not illegal and or hurting anyone else, go for it.
Yeah. I say to that, though, where I see where she might be coming from. I didn't hear the whole sermon. So just saying perverts doesn't give me anything else except for you called them perverts. I know that right now, though, a lot of people feel like, including myself, which is fine. My grandfather's gay. So, but I
It
feel.
was in a sermon where she was talking about
I feel like a gay
lifestyle
agenda
was
is
wrong.
being pushed. I feel like there's a lot of stuff that is gay. So people that feel like they're anti-gay feel like they have to step up and go against the agenda that's being pushed. So right now I feel like it is more of a clash, and I do feel like even with TV and kids and all these other stuff, I feel like it's confusing. And the reason why I say this, and even being a teacher, is I feel like kids now are feeling like when you love a friend, they're being told that's relationship feelings now, instead of I love my best friend, I love him, and they're confusing that love with relationship love, and like, well, maybe I'm gay now. So I feel like those things of having that
I can
clear
understand
boundaries
that.
of what is what. I feel like that is the only thing that I have an issue with is the confusion of children and them taking different feelings and placing them in other
I
places.
don't know if there is a gay agenda or not. I don't know. If there is one, because there are a lot of members of the LGBT community who are in high up positions when it comes to media. And well, to me, as I've always said, with people who were, on my Muslim side, and they'll feel the same thing about a Jewish agenda.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, let me speak to you from my Jewish side, and I'll put this out to you really easy. Get those jobs. Like, you can do whatever. Like, if you put yourself and you push yourself, you can also do the same thing. I do have one thing that you said. I don't like it when people are bullied into being shamed into something they think.
Yeah.
If don't bully someone and shaming them into a thought or thinking otherwise. Educate them into thinking otherwise. If you don't like what they say, then bring out facts, educate them, have a conversation, have a dialogue, and explain to them what they think it is. Yeah. Now, you're not the only person that feels like there is a gay agenda being pushed in Hollywood, in the media, and when it comes to society, especially, in America. There's a lot of people who agree with that. I also, once again, I'm not as privy to it. I'm not a teacher. I'm not around a lot of things. So I don't see it. I think in general, people are just becoming more sensitive. And I don't know if that's what, gayness is like. If you're sensitive, then yeah, people are just sensitive.
You know what, too? And then, I don't know, somebody might get mad. I feel like, too, gay people used to be more fun. They weren't so, like, somebody would say something about them, and they didn't care, whatever, and they kept living. Now, I feel like they just always got to be on the defense. And I'm going this coming from where I was with my gay grandfather all the time, who happens to be Jewish. So I know. And he says so, and he's very manly, like, so it's funny. So he's over, like, all the flamboyancy and all that. But it's just, like, I feel like they're just so sensitive and on edge now. And it's like, what I loved about them, they just didn't care.
I feel like everybody's trying to fit into an archetype.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter, like gay, black, Hispanic, white. Everyone's like fitting into a box. Like
now you're black, you gotta be super pro-black right now.
Oh,
you gotta be.
What, you don't know? You know who Green Day is? You're white. That's white music. No, it's music.
Yes.
There is no black music, white music. It's just music. There is no black people do this and white people do that. No. How about people who are this with these experiences do this, and people who are like this and with these experiences do this? Because that's the truth. Because I feel like black people in the South and white people in the South are a lot more in common and alike than black people or white people from the North or different parts. You know? So a white person from the South is a lot less like a white person from the South than a black person. Yeah. Period. And I feel like they should have more in common. But people always want to put people in a box. Like, I have Hispanic friends that they'll talk to me, and it's like, yeah, I'm going to mi casa. Look, Jose, I get it. You're Spanish, bro. You speak English. I know you didn't have to impress on me how Hispanic you are, how Latino you are. I get it. I have Persian friends that do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Everything's Persian. I'm like, I get it, bro.
Persians be going hard. They are super
I'm serious.
Persian.
Like, and I'm one of them. Yeah. And I'm saying, like, it's an archetype. It's an archetype. We don't need to fit into these constructs. Just let people be people. Yeah. Like, can't we all just live? Who cares? If you're not sleeping, if you don't like gay marriage, don't marry a gay person. You don't like gay sex? Don't have sex with gay people. You know what I'm saying? Because Kim Burrell's like, I think gays and lesbians are perverts, and all the congregations clapping, and then half of them going home and watching lesbian porn.
That is true.
Like, everybody's like, I hate gays, and then the same I hate gays, number one searches, girl on girl. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? What happened to you hating gays? Billy Bob? So, 2016, of course, the victims. We had a lot of deaths.
Oh my God.
We had a lot of deaths. And of course, Carrie Fisher, Star Wars star, age 60, and then a day later, her mother, amazing actress Debbie Reynolds, passed away, 84. It was a blow to the entertainment world. People were very upset, and a lot of people who made comments. Steve Martin made a comment, and people took offense because he made a comment, and they said it was like chauvinistic. He had said Carrie Fisher. When I met for Carrie Fisher, she was one of the most beautiful people I've ever met in the world. And then later, I realized how intelligent and amazing she was as well. And they're like, oh, you can't say stuff like that.
Yes, you can. This is what I'm talking about. I just said on the last one. It's true. It's true. If that's what he's seen first, we always see beauty first. I don't care what anybody says. When I first seen you, I was like, dang, Tehran is a very attractive young man.
Thank you.
Then you started talking, and I literally want to take your brain out of your head and shove it inside.
And lick it all over, and then just let it like be all over your face.
Yes, and that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see, that's what you see.
I gave him a little fantasy.
I imagine your brain. It has little hands and it touches me.
My brain is the brains from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes, that is the brain. But so I just feel like people are just overly offensive about anything, even from, that's what I was saying with women's rights, or you got to be you're so superwoman now, and you got to be so super black, and you got to be so super.
Exactly, which is giving feminism a bad name, for example, when feminism just simply means you feel like women and men should be equal. Every one of us should be feminists, you know? Yeah. It's not like women are equal and therefore better than men, and then men should be. No,
it's just like Black Lives Matter. I just want to matter too. You know what I'm saying? I just want to be equal too with women's rights. So it's I think it's absolutely crazy for people. People want something to complain about. I think we're in the age of people want something to complain about. And there's so many miserable people. And now we've given these miserable people social media. And they don't have anything to do but try to make everybody else miserable and fight with people and sit at home and keyboard, preach and press and do everything that.
Neil Brennan has one of the best bits about that when Neil Brennan expresses that, Beethoven's Fifth Symphony, the dun 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 dun, like one of the most famous pieces of music in the world.
Yeah.
And you go on YouTube and it has like 40,000 dislikes. Like there are people who just like, you know what? This song
Who doesn't
sucks.
like dun 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 dun?
Yeah,
What
this
about
song
that don't
sucks.
you like?
Yeah,
You've been hearing it your whole life.
You don't even have to. There's nothing to judge on this. You know what I'm saying? It's unjudgeable.
You didn't even have to push it. Just keep going. But the fact that you take your time out to dislike.
And comment and they're like, this isn't as good as, what?
And that's what I'm saying.
And that's the world. It's the world we live in. Carrie Fisher and Debbie Reynolds, people were really upset.
I've seen it everywhere. That she's the princess of all times. But I heard when we watch celebrities die and we pass and we're just so hurt and so crazy. It's like the daughter and granddaughter, she lost her grandmother and her mother a day apart. That's devastating. That's how me, my mom, and my grandma are all close. If they died one day apart, I don't even know how I would even function.
She lost both of them in the same. It's her daughter.
Yes.
Yeah, Carrie Fisher's daughter, and she wrote something and was like, "No, my grandma didn't die of heartbreak. It was this."
Yeah.
We never think of it from their perspective. Also, none of us care that Carrie Fisher died. We care that Princess Leia died.
Yeah.
None of us knew Carrie Fisher. What was Carrie Fisher? Name 3 other movies Carrie Fisher was in.
It's Princess Leia.
Princess Leia. That's
And
all
we all know to this day, Star Wars fans are the most diehard fans of all time. It's 50-year-old men still, they dress up, they wait 2 months outside of the theater for it to come out. Star Wars is died, so she is loved and adored and cherished, and people really lost a character, that's who she was. And
then people were upset when Debbie Reynolds died, like her mom.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is beautiful. She was 84. She's supposed to die.
Yeah.
Come on. Because people would be like, oh, I'm so sad. I get it.
She
You
lived
can
a
be
full
sad.
life.
Your grandma died. You sad. But...
Because if I see another meme talking about Lord...
Did you think she was immortal?
Don't take Betty White. It's like, Betty White got to go soon. Y'all stop wishing this life on her.
Betty White wants to go. Like, at some point...
She lived.
I want to die. You know what
Eventually.
I don't want to be 90. Like, I really don't. I don't want to be 95. I want to go, like, at a good age. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
75 to 80.
75 is hella young right now.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Like, I don't even, like...
That's a lot of life.
Sometimes when I, I get a scrape, I'm like, I'm ready to die. Like, I don't want to, like...
So you just Biggie, ready to die.
Yeah, I'm just like, it might be cheaper. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
It might be less expensive for me to just not
die.
exist.
Y'all come by the grave every Tuesday.
Yeah,
Spirit gonna be there.
Exactly.
Free rent.
So Debbie Fisher was old. She was
Yes,
old. She was 84 years old. She lived a great life. You know what I'm saying? We should.
Ooh, that's double funeral too, because they died right after each other. So you might as well just joint funeral.
I know, save some money.
Yeah, now she don't got to bury her child.
We should cherish her memory instead of be upset and disdain death. Like
Princess Leia.
Death. Yeah, but Princess Leia, that was a big... But she is going to be in the next Star Wars movie. She did film her part before she passed.
Which is dope.
She was young. She was 60.
Yeah.
That's still young.
Yeah, it is.
She's young. And I didn't even know she had a daughter. I didn't know she had a daughter until with an agent.
Yeah, sure. Her daughter acts.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I saw it. That's what I'm saying. Like,
so that movie is going to be like crazy because it seems like it happens like it happened with Paul Walker. And
Paul Walker was young. Like when Paul Walker died, I understood. People were upset.
No, I'm just talking about the movie wise. Like that, it's like everyone's going to see it in Whitney Houston because she died and then the whatchamacallit came out.
Bodyguard?
No. With the singing girls. She was the mom.
Oh,
Sparkle.
Nah, not Sparkle. Sparkle was
not Sparkle.
Carey.
With come on now, with Jennifer Hudson, the singing girl. Oh, I am bad with names.
Dreamgirls?
Dreamgirls.
Is
No,
that
not
it?
Dreamgirls. That's what Beyonce.
No, that's
it's
Beyonce.
another one. It's
That's
one
like
more.
Jennifer Hudson.
Yes, it's like this.
Okay.
It's maybe.
Steve, where are
Steve,
you at
come on
this?
now.
Steve,
I know you
where
know.
are you at right now? You know these things.
What's the mixed girl?
Steve,
now he's gone.
our white correspondent is gone. Yeah. Don't give me the Law and Order sound, okay? That sound, by the way, makes me so happy. I love Law and Order SVU.
First of all, Olivia and Elliot.
The best.
Damn.
When Elliot left,
it was no reason to watch.
You want to talk about me being sad? Elliot leaving was sad.
Oh my gosh.
That was sad. Okay, we're gonna try to find out which movie Whitney Houston.
Somebody please tell me the movie right before she passed away with the little light-skinned girl that was the what is the singing with the stars? Oh my gosh.
Dream Girls.
Sparkle.
It is called Sparkle.
It is Sparkle?
Yes.
Hold
I
on,
was right.
Is it Sparkle?
Yes.
So
because
which
her
one
name
was Mariah
Sparkle.
Carey in?
Glitter.
Glitter.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're so
Glitter.
close.
Yeah,
So
Glitter,
Mariah
Sparkle.
Carey was Glitter and
Mariah
it was
Carey,
Sparkle.
boom, see?
Okay, I was like, I know I'm
Yes,
right. Okay,
we got
there
this
we go.
out. All right.
Thanks for
So for the last story, let's make this a fun story. The Hollywood sign was changed to Hollyweed by vandals. I don't know if you guys saw it, but the sign was changed back to
Yes.
Hollywood within a couple hours. LAPD is on the case. They say it's of high priority. Okay, fine. No one. Thank you, Steve. The police currently have no suspects. The Hollyweed sign.
So, two things. One, at first I thought they cut out the piece, but really what they did is just tied black around the E and then put white things in the middle. So they didn't really damage it. So they were smart because they really can't be charged with destruction of property.
Did they tie black? I thought they moved the panel that was the part.
That's what I thought they did. No, but
No,
if
I thought they moved it.
That's what I thought. But if you zoom in on it, on the black, they both have little peace signs on them.
Oh.
It's black wrapping, and then they put like a white sheet to make the E. So all they have to do is take it down.
Yeah,
so
it
that's
wasn't
smart.
damaged.
That
And
it
it's
wasn't
not the
damaged.
first time that it's happened.
It wasn't. Second of all, I am tired of them seeing the police of, we're looking and this is vandalism, and they're such an outrage, but they're not in an outrage about their officers killing people in the street. So to me, for this to be such a high priority and they're all in an uproar about the Hollywood sign, let me talk about everybody that's being shot and killed and all this stuff going on and your internal investigations that need to happen. So I really can give two damns if they pissed on the Hollywood sign and took pictures doing it. I don't care.
And that's headlines with headliners, ladies and gentlemen. Wow.
Didn't you feel that way? I was like, there's so many more important things. This is what you're worried about.
I did not until
this
you
is
told
what you're
me
worried
to.
about.
I did
because
not until you told me
because
to. I just thought this was funny.
I thought it was funny when I seen it, but when I seen how upset and the reports of we're looking for whoever did this. This is an active search. We're on a 24. And I'm like, you guys are doing an awful lot when you need to be doing some internal investigations down at the damn police department. Like those are the things that made me mad because they
real.
thought this was so serious.
I get it.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? I am Tehran Von Ghasri. You can find me at I am Tehran Von Ghasri all across social media, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter.
Everywhere.
I mean, everywhere. Nate Jackson, we miss you. And of course,
Hey, it's your girl, Kanisha Bust a Bus. You can find me. Kanisha is comedy anywhere. Sirius XM, All Def Digital, everybody digital. I have a comedy special getting ready to drop. And if you're in the Bay Area at the Vallejo something theater, just look it up. I will be doing filming another comedy special up there. So
Well, good for
January
you.
20th. Yes.
wow, that's a big deal.
I'm excited for a little
That's a
TV
big
station.
deal. I love it. I love it. I love when the Headlines with Headliners crew is doing big things, and that's why you can find me every Monday and Thursday at 10 p.m. at the Laugh Factory. And Nate will hopefully be back next week. Please stay tuned. Keep watching. Tell your friends. Send it around. Share and comment down below. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much. Until next week, we are Headlines.
With Headliners.
Peace.
From executives Keven Undergaro, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio, Instagram at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in. The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.